What's up, guys? Jake here from Team Board Wipe, and who are we with?
Cody Slocum.
And what do you do?
I just top 8'd with Trickstar's Pure.
Cool, let's get to the profile.
Alright, so obviously, three...
Want to turn around?
Oh, I suppose I should. Three Candina, 3 Licorice, 2 Candina.
Why did you end up going to 2 Lilybell?
The reason I went to 2 Lilybell, I found myself running out of it really fast, and if my opponent was reincarnating me and I opened it, I knew I was never going to win the grind game. Because this card is how you win the grind. This is just bring 2 Licorices back. It's 1 card for 2. And then obviously this card is really, 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 really good right now. Like, I think it won me 4 or 5 games, easily. I played 3 Phantom Skyblaster as well, and these are for the Brilliant engine. But Phantom Skyblaster is basically you activate Light Stage, add Lilybell, effective Lilybell summons, normal. You guys know the spiel. Get Star Yuja for 2 cards. Pretty easy, pretty simple. But I went further into it, and I played Brilliance, and I played double summons. Because I wanted to be able to normal summon her 3 times in 1 turn if I had her and any of these. Basically, just super plussing your opponent, and if you opened these 2 and any one of these, you pretty much just double reincarnated them. And if you open the Droll along with it, the first game of the day was the only time I reincarnate somebody, and what it was I opened Light Stage, Licorice, Droll, and I believe I opened double and Brilliant. And my opponent really didn't know what in the heck was happening. He was playing Cyber Dragons, and I just reincarnate Drolled him. I felt pretty bad, but that's for the monsters. Spells, yeah, double summons. The Brilliants, they were really good. The only thing was, most of the time, the deck really only has 1 brick, and that is kind of Garnet. I mean, there's obviously other bricks, but that's the brick you lose a lot of cards with. So my game 2s and game 3s, I would never leave the Brilliant engine in at all. I'd take out the Brilliance, I'd take out the Garnet and the Trick Clown. It was just an easy 5 cards for me to side out for other cards that I'll show you when I get to my side deck that are just better going first. I also main decked 3 Called by the Grave. This card says no Droll reincarnation, no Ash Blossom, no Ogre, no matter what. And it's not even just for hand checks. You can use it for literally anything. In the mirror matches, I hit Licorices and then Lilybells and everything out of their stuff before they could add them back. I remember hitting a Candina one time. Actually, it won me the game. I hit a Candina during my opponent's turn when I got to his end phase after he light staged me. And so at the end phase, I just flipped the called and I targeted the Candina. Maybe I'm thinking of this wrong, but basically it would have been my turn. I targeted his Candina, and when we got to his turn, he normaled the Candina and tried to use the effect, and I said, "You're under Called by the Grave for that." Obviously, Monster Reborn, kind of a dumb card. You just play it because when you see it, you just say, "Oh, hey, I get a monster from either player's graveyard." 3 of these, obviously. Terraforming. That wraps up the spells. Traps go. I was trying to go first for pretty much the whole day. I won most of my die rolls, and I'm not even gonna lie, that probably is a big reason as to why I won most of the games. But I main decked Imperial Order. Sky Strikers are really, really dumb, and when you activate this card on them, if they don't have the Twin Twister, they just kind of scoop. When it comes to a mirror match with Trickstars or even with Dracos or really anything that activates trap cards, I main deck 2-Bed Reboot. When I'd see it, I'd set it. When I was going first, I'd set it. When I was going second, I think I rebooted about 6 or... I rebooted twice while I was set, and I think I rebooted 4 times from hand. And I think it only lost me 1 game rebooting it from hand. Other than that, it was really actually a really good card. 3 strikes because when they go to link into their Sky Striker, you just go by, and then they just kind of they lose a lot of their momentum. They don't get a double engage, they don't get the double engage. They don't get a lot of stuff that they would have liked to have. And then 3 reincarnation. Like I said, I only draw and reincarnated once this whole thing because I personally really don't like that part of the deck.
Sorry guys, we had a quick interruption. We're gonna get back to the side and extra deck, or extra inside, I guess.
All right. As far as Brilliant Fusion, obviously, Seraph Knight, additional normal summon, pretty good. Link Spider and Mrs. Radiant. Link Spider was for the Phantom Skyblaster. Phantom Skyblaster Lilybell means you link one of these and then you make Saryuja. Easy as pie. The other reason they were in here was because I'm siding Scapegoat. I'm not maining it. I hate the card, but you have to play it sometimes. This is probably the card I single-handedly went into the most times. I actually did. It's kind of scary. This card basically said,
"Hey, I better get a shot off on that warlord."
You will. This card just kind of says you add a. So when you do your normal summon Candina, effect add Licorice, effect Licorice, summon 2 Licorices. After you've gone into your battle phase and done enough damage, you can go on ahead and she just says +1. So you just discard the Candina to draw 2 cards instead of 1. Plus, if you have a Reincarnation in hand, you discard Reincarnation and then you chain Reincarnation to summon another Licorice. That way they take the extra damage as well. It's, it's obviously, it's not amazing, but it really is the best one that they have. Well, apparently I dropped a couple of my cards. Then I played the Nightmare Engine. I did not actually go into these guys hardly at all. Where the hell did they actually go?
Sorry guys, little technical difficulties. He's keeping cards in his bag all day.
We got him. Nightmare Engine, I did play Griffin, but like I said, I really didn't. I went into maybe a Phoenix and a Cerberus. There were times I wanted to go into a Unicorn, but if I would have, and they had anything to just say no to that card, I just wouldn't. It would have just auto lost the game. And then this card, I never made it, but that's the only reason I didn't make it was because I didn't ever play a pure Sky Striker deck. This card is really good against them when they have Ray, because you just attack, and then they try to use Ray's effect after you destroy it. You just negate it, and then you kind of stop their whole loop that makes them really good. Borderlord Dragon, obviously, Firewall, Saryuja, this is the boss monsters that you kind of have to play, I guess. You don't have to play them, but Saryuja, obviously, Phantom Skyblaster, Firewall Dragon, the stupid loop where you just do it over and over and over again in FGK or OTK, whatever you want to call it. Borderlord, because you got to have some out to that stupid extra link board. Side deck. This card won me 2 mirror matches. Or, I guess, Trickstar Sky Striker mirror matches, because I never actually played another Trickstar mirror match. So how it works is you put it in, if you open it or draw it or whatever it happens to be, when your opponent ends their board with their Licorices and you draw for turn, you take the damage and then you reveal him in hand, summon him, you gain the damage back, and then you don't take damage anymore. He basically says the time rules don't really apply to you with Trickstars. He doesn't care about them anymore. Plus, he's 2,600, which is pretty big. 3 Ghost Ogre. My rarities do not match for very much of anything, but it's okay. Ghost Ogre, I sided this in for only about 3 or 4 games all day. I still think it's a really good card, and it actually won me my last game of the whole day. My opponent opened Diagram and 4 other cards that I didn't really know what they were. He just activated Diagram, used the effect, I ogred it, and he set 4 and passed. Regeki and Dark Hole because boards are annoying. Twin Twisters, you side those in when you're playing against the mirror match when you're trying to reincarnate droll you. It stops the reincarnate if you open it. 3 scapegoat in the side.
Why didn't you side the scapegoat?
Why did I side them? Okay, so like I said before, alright, so hang on. We got 3 scapegoat, judgment, and warning. The biggest reason why I sided scapegoat and not mained it was because I didn't really want to helmet down the first turn. I would rather try to turbo out to get as many reincarnations and as many licorices out of the deck and just get things rolling. Obviously, if they droll you, you just you don't do that. But that's what the Call by the Grave is for. It's just to stop them from just stopping you. When I would side deck every single game that I was going first or thought I might be going first, I sided out the Brilliance, I sided out obviously the Gem Knight and the Trick Clown, and I put these 5 in because they helmeted. My opponent all of a sudden, after my opponent realized what I was playing, they'd obviously, if they knew I was going to go first, they're going to put in hand traps and other things to stop me. So I take out cards that can be hand trapped and cards that are bricks, basically. Obviously, warning, strikes, judgment, they're kind of scary cards to play with the new time restrictions, but they still literally say pay 2,000 to stop something, or pay 1,500 to stop something, or if it happens to be 4,000. This card is way better going first, and I made a deck that can go first or second pretty well and not care. But I believe that's all of it.
Any special shout-outs, anything you would change?
I gotta give Danny Vo a shout-out for lending me the Borolo Dragon. I'd like everybody to know that this actually did me nothing at all day. I summoned it once. I stole someone's Topologic Bomber Dragon. I lost because I was still in time. And I was at 100 life points that game. It was actually really scary and terrifying. That was the duel against the guy who won today. I got second, by the way. What else is there? Red Reboot, crazy card. Easily won me 5 or 6 games. You just say no to anything. When they reincarnate you, when they do Dracos try to play. I played 1 Altergeist today, and it was actually a really funny game. It was the fastest match I played all day. I 2-0'd him, and game 2, I reborned his Meliseek, and he impermanenced his own Meliseek twice because he didn't want me to attack directly and destroy his stuff. I found that really funny. But it's play staples that work for everything.
Sounds good. Thanks for watching, guys.